Allow me to show you the power of Super Saiyan 4!
Yo, what's up guys, Dracoon here from another Dragon Ball Legends video, and today we're gonna do a Dragon Ball Legends top 10 for the after party celebration, including the Plat equipment for UVB. As always, I don't own every single character here on this list, and some are not necessarily at high stars, more so in the 8 stars range. If it's a Legends limited unit, they are more so in 12 to 14 stars, because they're older. Yeah. But with that out of the way, we're gonna start here with the top 10. The number 10 unit here, where I honestly didn't have like a perfect answer, because I think number 9 and number 10 are like whatever. I've picked Shin for this simply because he can be a support unit sometimes, helping together with Vegito. Like you could run Shallot, Shin and Vegito as a team. It's worse than a double red setup with Gogeta obviously, but in theory you could do that. He can provide some support to UVB and stuff, but it's nothing crazy. Again, I don't think there are a lot of other units that really have a relevancy. I don't even think Shin has a big relevancy. So he's staying there here as my number 10 here. Not much to say. I think outside of Majin Saga, he's also not getting his full abilities active, so that's also a thing, but I don't think other units. If you guys notice, I didn't put Super Vegito here. I just think he's way too frail. Like, I mean, I can put it up here in the mention list later, but I don't think he's making the list here. So yeah, Kaosh the Shin here is number 10. Again, not much to say about him, he doesn't have any impact. Number 9, I have Goku and Bardock. I think Goku and Bardock are a unit that I really didn't expect to be ever on my list here, at least as their Zenkai. It's the fact that they're a blue character, so they're technically good against Vegito Blue, as well as being a green character means they are good against the Blue Duo Spirit Bomb to survive. I've seen them on some multiple Zenkai buff mono blue teams, for example with this, with Voodoo obviously, and then this is the replacement for the Zenkai Super Saiyan God Vegeta, like the blue Super Saiyan Vegeta that transforms to Super Saiyan God. I've seen these three together, I've seen these two with Green Broly, I've seen these two with Shallot, so I see some setups with them that they can use. It's not like a great team or anything, but I think it's solid to where I can say Goku and Bardock, they have the importance, they have the usage that is worth using, so I'm putting them at number 9. Dairy Green is nice. I don't think their defense is that great. Indestructible, obviously good to survive anything besides the Spirit Bomb if they're in the blue side, but other than that, yeah. Solid character right now that you can use, and arts cost increase is very good against Vegeta Blue as well. Moving to the number 8 immediately, and I have the yellow Goku Black. With another red character, especially because some people run double reds, there's no way I can put Goku Black much higher than this. I just think, for one, Vegeta Blue deletes him with his ultimate. He has obviously endurance, buff cancellation, he will survive, but the ultimate is going to destroy this character. Vegito being also immune to the card destruction and can just get rid of the minus card draw speed if he has it, is also pretty damn annoying. And again, double reds, Goku Black can do some work with his type neutral on second main, but before that he's just not really doing much against the double reds teams. He has some value still. I think the fact that, again, card destruction abilities and stuff he has against other units is very good. I just think against this character specifically, and again, double reds, he will be more of a liability on your team. Similar to when people ran Gogeta Blue and Red Broly, yellow Goku Black is, I think Vegeta Blue is definitely hurting him more than Red Broly did, but it just, sometimes he will be in a match and you won't see anything from this character because he is type disadvantaged, and the fact that even his type neutrality doesn't help him to survive against Vegeta Blue's ultimate, for example, is still crazy, but he sometimes can survive the Spirit Bomb. He can definitely tank the Stardust Fall. He's still, I would say, the tankiest unit in the game. And against other units, he has some value. You can run him with the Voodoo and Blue Rosé. But I also think, even if you consider that team, I think his role has been replaced on that team by Green Broly. We will talk about why later. But yeah, Yellow Goku Black, I still think he's a solid unit. He's definitely still usable, but he got hurt quite a bit. I think last time he was number 6. He moved now down 2 spots. It is what it is. So yeah, Yellow Goku Black, number 8. Number 7 is where I was not certain how I would order this, but I came to the conclusion of putting actually Gohan and Trunks at number 7. And there are multiple things. I don't think this character is bad in any right now. Like, I think you can definitely use this character. I think his best team is Green Broly and the Budo. That's the team I've been using, and I think they are doing some nice work, especially because a lot of people run also Green Broly. They're the best answer to Green Broly because they're only purple. That really matters in the current PvP environment. And the uncancelable endurance null on the blue, if you have like this for 5 seconds, you have a few seconds to potentially rush a character if you get priority, or for example catch them when they want to strike attack you, which they can't block with any character unless you have Revival Indestructible. So the Dragon Ball gaining, there are still some pros for this character, but I see a lot of negative points now that I've with some other units that have always been there, but they are now more, you see them now. And one thing is the fact that they don't have a second life mechanic, and that hurts them. In my case, like if you run this trio, it's just they are not the tankiest character. And if somebody pops an ultimate, for example Vegeta Blue pops an ultimate, you have to switch out of this unit. You have no other choice, and you have to switch in Broly for this. Broly will get this first life gone, and then afterwards you have no rush safety, especially if you don't have your revival up. That's a potential weakness. Stardust Fall. People run double red, so double Zenkai of Vegeta Blue. He will catch you in 1-2 strikes. Stardust Fall. He doesn't need to drop combo this. The Golden Trunks get deleted. So that's the thing. Stardust Spirit Bomb. If you catch them in a one timing, they get deleted. So there are a lot of things that they get destroyed to, and again, they don't have a second life mechanic. You have to switch them out. For example, Stardust Fall is something you could say, yeah, okay, I could Yellow Goku Black, he would have maybe big damage, but he has endurance, he will survive it. Blue Rosé has endurance, he will survive it at least. He will take insane damage, but he will survive it. And Gohan and Trunks simply don't have that. So that's a weakness for this character. I've noticed them having difficulties to combo really, because cost increase is by far one of the strongest disrupts right now with the Budo and Vegito, or for example Goku and Bardock, and this will hinder this character to combo as long as they want, which is their main gimmick, comboing you forever. That was the reason why they were so strong in Part 2, because there was no cost increase. It was just card destruction, maybe minus card flow speed, and that's it. But even with tag switching, they don't cancel their attitude downwards at normal conditions, only if they get a full unique gauge, and until then you can stack the cost increase on them. They will combo not for that long, and they are not great defensively. Vegeta Blue can just completely counter the card destruction disrupt, which was one of the strongest points of this character, and if he gets rid of the minus card flow speed, yeah, he will do insane work. Even even excluding the disrupt, 2 cards of this character does insane amounts of damage to Gohan and Trunks. So their survivability is a big factor. Their combo potential has been reduced significantly. The Budo, for example, if they close to tag switching, can just pass through their disrupt. Gogeta Blue sometimes, if he has full unique gauge, can just pass through their disrupt. So there are units that can bypass what they're gonna do. Again, they still have some great utility factors. For example, against Broly, the fact that they cancel attribute upgrades means you can pop Broly's gauge. He will go for a blue card and will do no damage because he has no extra damage buffs at all because they will cancel everything. So that's nice. Against ultimates from other units, this is very nice. Again, their Legends action is really good. They have still good tools. I think, again, the partnership with these guys together works pretty well. But I think other teams are a bit better against the other top teams. And I think the weaknesses Gohan Trunks have are now a bit more noticeable, to the point where I have to lower them severely, which is unfortunate because last time I thought they were like around number 3. But at this point I have to put them down. So yeah, Gohan and Trunks are number 7 here. We're moving to number 6, which I will say I was debating between number 6 and number 7, where I think you can potentially swap the characters, and that's Blue Rosé. I will say the double Zenkai buff team with the Boo Duo and Green Broly is the main reason why I'm keeping him up here, and him being blue means he can be helpful against Vegeta Blue. That's the main reason. If he didn't have a double Zenkai buff team, I would put him lower, because I've noticed on a non-double Zenkai buff team, the damage he does and the tanking is not ideal. Keep in mind this is a character that is pre-anniversary as well as being now off the featured boost, so you notice that he will hit not as hard and he won't do as much damage as he obviously used to. But he has very strong offensive capabilities, meaning that if he draws a green, a blue and ultimate, he is immune to attribute downgrades, which means he can get through their Disrupt or Vegito Blue's Disrupt. He's a blue character, so very good against Vegito. Vegito has no ability to lower sub count, so if he goes for an ultimate and you, let's just say, for a blue card and you don't have Green Broly on the team, you can Legends action Vegito Blue and he can't do nothing about it. Dragonball Destruction is nice. The support against Sun Family, which you're fighting Budo still frequently, is very good. Anti-Revival can be useful. The fact that he has buff cancellation on standby as well as subcount reduction means he can help Vegito Blue out if you're, for example, running the future team. So that Vegito Blue doesn't get like ulted or blue carded, and there's just the risk of Vegito Blue. He has no buff cancellation, so if you're fighting enemy Vegito Blue, he goes for an ultimate, and you have Blue Rosé. Blue Rosé can be like this unit that says, hey, I have buff cancellation, you can switch out and someone else will tank in and not die to it because they have endurance. So yeah, a lot of useful tools I think see for Blue Rosé, as well as helping out Vegito Blue, which is why I will put them over Gohan and Trunks here. Again, you can make an argument for having Gohan and Trunks over them sometimes. I've seen them performing sometimes better, and again, Blue Rosé also is not the greatest, tankiest unit ever, but he has a second life mechanic, he has buff cancellation, he has some support and utility offensively that Gohan and Trunks just simply can't provide you. So yeah, Blue Rosé is my number 6 for this spot. Number 5, which I but I really didn't think that was gonna happen. Charlotte is my number 5. I'm putting him over Blue Rosé and Gohan and Trunks, and I think that's insane. Not because I think this character by himself got so much better, it's mostly that he is on teams or provides some stuff that is very useful. He's basically, when it comes to supporting Vegito, the exact same as Blue Rosé. He gives buff cancellation and subcount manipulation on standby, as well as support for the whole team, like Blue Rosé, but it's unconditional support. And what makes this character, for me, in my opinion, greater is that he is, for one, very good for tanking the Spirit Bomb sometimes. If they are type neutral offensively with their normal abilities, they can kill Charlotte. I've done this before where I just spam cards, got the type neutral from their abilities, and then the Spirit Bomb popped and Charlotte got deleted. That happens. He is the core green unit for, not the core, but probably if you're running fusions, he's the main green to help the two reds out against blue units. his feint can be very useful, because if he's getting a feint on Vegito, which he's not immune to, and you rush him, then you get a Vegito out of the game. That is a very strong factor for Shallot. But one thing that Shallot also does is green card is immunity, gives him immunity to card destruction, so very good against disrupts in the game. But I think what's really more annoying is that the fact that he can also keep the green cards for Vegito Blue, and Vegito Blue's green is one of the most annoying greens in the game, because it counters everything besides blue cards, green cards, and ultimates and rushes. So if you want to go for a strike, he blocks it. You're going to go for a blast, he blocks it. You're going for a tap, he blocks it. You're going for a tackle or a tap shot, he blocks it. You can sometimes approach Vegito, and Shallot is providing you more greens. So it makes it very, very difficult to sometimes attempt an attack against Vegito. Now, of course, this character is still squishy. That's one weakness. He's not the greatest offensively, but I think the supportive abilities he provides for his team, the feinting can be match deciding against Vegito Blue sometimes, as well as providing additional greens for his teams, and being a Spirit Bomb survivor makes him better, in my opinion, than for right now Blue Rose and Gohan and Trunks and all the other units that are on the list. Yeah, so he's the number 5 for me, and obviously Fusion Warriors with Double Red is one of the best teams in the game, which makes him included, so he is up there. Moving to number 4, and I will say I originally had this character at number 3, but I decided to switch it up, and it's Gogeta Blue. So here's the thing with Gogeta Blue, obviously on fusions, and he's very strong. I just think, number 1, Vegeta Blue is better than him. That's an unfortunate reality, which shouldn't be the case. I think the Budo is still better than him. And I think you can tell who the other character is. Green Broly is better than him, which has a good reason. Stardust Fall is obviously still a strong ability. I think obviously Double Reds is a strong factor for either Green Broly or Shallot. Green Broly being better to give you more rush safety, and then Shallot sometimes providing even more greens, which Broly also does, but not as much. But it's just, again, I think Vegeta is just better. Like, if you're not running double reds, like these double fusion, I don't see a reason to run Gogeta over Vegeta. Besides the endurance, no. That's like the endurance. That's like the only reason. But Vegeta is just far more offensively oppressive than Gogeta is, and I can't see it. Like, there are good things for Gogeta. Obviously, Vanish Regano with combos is nice. Stardust Fall is obviously nice. But other than that, there's not really much I have to say about Gogeta Blue, where I would say this is the reason why it's that crazy. Especially because, again, most teams are strike based. He's still a blast character, so it's not technically at his best still. Although the double Zenkai buff team helps him to be still really, really good. But yeah, there's not much else to say. He does damage, he does combos, he has the Stardust Fall, he has his ultimate, which is more or less whatever, because most of the time buff cancellation, blue character switches in, you're good. So yeah, Gogeta Blue at number 4, very good, but yeah, he's number 4. Number 3 is Green Broly. So the main reason I originally had Broly at number 4 and Gogeta at number 3, but the reason why I changed this is because I've noticed the more and more I do matches that you need Green Broly desperately. Because right now, the only two things that stop Vegeta Blue is cost increase right now and Green Broly's counter gauge. There's nothing else in this game that stops Vegeta Blue for just murdering your team. It's crazy how Green Broly has to be almost your defensive unit on the team. And the crucial part about Green Broly is he's not only your answer against Vegito, no, he is by far helping Vegeta Blue the most. Could you imagine? Because here's the thing, he's not only sealing mains, but also rushes. So how do you attack Vegito? How do you kill Vegito? If you don't have a rush and don't have a way to get an ultimate? You don't. Unless you're having your Spirit Bomb or Stardust Fall ready, which I would argue Stardust Fall, you need a lot of build up to kill Vegito. So he makes it harder to kill Vegito, but he also helps you against Vegito because by sealing mains, Vegito Blue can ultimate, which is the hardest hitting thing in the game right now, next to the Spirit Bomb. So Broly is a assist and as well as a stopper to Vegito Blue. Obviously also very good against the Buu duo, but obviously also helping the Buu duo. Like Broly right now has such good help and assist role, unlike no other unit in the game. I don't think there's any unit in this game that provides so much utility to your team as well as utility. Because other units are more like, okay, we have the killing factor, we have the damage factor. Broly is more of the, hey, you're bullying my friends, stop right there, your combo's over, do something else. Not on my watch. You wanna ult? Nah, I'm not allowing that. Here, main seal. Vegito Blue, you can combo what you want, but you're not gonna go for an ultimate. Oh, and Duels in a Rush? No, thanks, rush sealing. There's no other better utility than Green Broly right now when it comes to assisting your team to survive. And that's just more value than I see from Gogeta Blue. Gogeta Blue has the status fall, which great, Vegeta Blue has his ultimate, and the Buu duo has their Spirit Bomb. I don't need Gogeta Blue's status fall. It's a strong mechanic, but it's not a necessary factor at this point. So yeah, I've Green Broly at number 3, and the fact that we also, again, if you're not running Golden Trunks, you're basically not seeing a purple, so this is a free color. Yeah, Green Broly value is insane, and also him popping main gives you green cards. More green cards for Vegeta Blue. Isn't that fun, guys? Alright? So yeah. Green Broly, number 3. Moving to number 2 and number 1, which I originally had swapped as well, but I decided that the Buu duo is the number 2 unit, and Vegeta Blue is the best character in the game. So here's the thing. I think Vegeta Blue and Buu duo have the hardest hitting nukes in the game. But to describe Vegeta Blue's ultimate the best is very simple. Imagine Stardust Fall doing the same damage as the Spirit Bomb, but have the damage division, because Stardust Fall does equal damage to everyone, and Spirit Bomb does, I think, half the damage. Imagine that factor being put on Vegeta Blue's ultimate. That is Vegeta Blue's ultimate. It's basically Stardust Fall with the same damage as the Spirit Bomb, but with only getting half the damage on enemy teams. It's nuts. You're not killing a character, because most characters get buff cancellation, so you rarely ever like kill with Vegeta Blue's ultimate, because buff cancellation, sub cancellation, you will swap in endurance unit, but the endurance unit loses their first life. That's the side factor. So when it comes to this, the Spirit Bomb is obviously better. But here comes the thing with the Spirit Bomb. Sometimes you need build up with the Spirit Bomb to kill a character. That's number 1. There are units that are not that are type disadvantage against the Spirit Bomb, so the Spirit Bomb sometimes cannot kill. Vegeta Blue's ultimate is unguardable. There's nothing you can do right now in this game to prevent that a life is gone by Vegeta Blue's ultimate, because it's type neutral. Because here's the thing, and that's an annoying thing about Vegeta Blue's equipment. All of these buffs, unique gauge charge rate, the extra damage he gets, as well as the type neutral and the Katsu attribute downgrades, all of this, which are the strongest factors of his kit, all this is uncancelable. You can't cancel this damage, you can't cancel the type neutrality. He will ult you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Even Golden Trunks attribute downgrades cancel, which was very, very strong, doesn't work on Vegeta Blue, because all his damage is on his stupid unique equipment. Can't do anything about that. And while the Buu duo Spirit Bomb is a factor we could say, okay, that makes them better than Vegeta Blue, right? But here's the thing, if you look at both, outside of their strongest hitting attack, Vegeta Blue is by far the more annoying and oppressive character. Because here's the thing with Vegeta Blue, his cost increase, while it is lower than the Buu duos, it's not only twice, it's every time he gets hit. So sometimes you combo the Buu duo, you I don't know, cancel your attribute downgrades, and then you're good against the Budo. With Vegeta Blue, that doesn't work. You cancel your absolute downgrades, great. You attack him, he's stacking it up again. His green cards, the good old counter green card, which is the reason why I hated this character on release so much. Not only does it counter everything, but he gets, when he lands the counter, uncancelable, type neutral for 10 timer counts. If he has his ultimate or his blue card in his hand, how do you stop this? How do you tank it? The answer is, you don't! Because type neutral uncancelable with a character that does so much damage is insane, bro. He starts with 400% damage, bro. 430% strike damage specifically, and then stacks 25% damage that you can't cancel. He gets more damage once he pops his unique gauge, and he has too many tools that are very good against the current meta right now, because card destruction immunity for 30 timer counts is basically countering majority of the disrupt that exists. Double card draw speed for 30 timer counts, so once he gets full unique gauge, double card draw speed, unstoppable, crazy. He gets more damage with his unique gauge, which is 30%, as well as more key recovery. And he's getting key, and he's healing, he's drawing a card. And I think every time he confronts an enemy, he's getting 30 key, as this character needed more key. He's also seeing your blue cards, so if you tag switch him with Ground and Trunks and try to go for switch Legends action, sometimes you can't use your blue card. Type neutral defense for 30 timer counts once he pops his half HP disrupt, and he's healing. He's surprisingly very tanky, so he's harder to kill than the Budo when it comes to normal combos. And then the rush ceiling, because why the hell not? Like, there are so many things I think Vegeta Blue has that make him very much more annoying than Budo, because if I'm facing the Budo, at least I think I can attack this character, I can combo this character, because the Budo isn't offensively oppressive outside of the Spirit Bomb. Now, obviously, sometimes filling their gauge with Super Saiyan 3 Goku, they can combo you for long, but they don't feel like this character that you can't defend against. They don't feel like this character that you can't stop their combos at, because they're not immune to everything. Vegeta Blue is immune to card destruction. In the first 30 timer counts, he gets priority on you. You have almost no counterplay to this unit. And it makes also attacking at the start of the match extremely unfun, because this character takes a hero vanish. There are so many times where I just usually I sometimes, you know what, be like, okay, this guy's passive, you know what, screw it. I wait till he sidesteps sometime and then go for a mid-range strike, just to get his vanish out, and then it's a 50-50 where who of us gets priority. But against Vegeta Blue, you can't do that, because he will just switch in and then go and combo you. You get a free drop combo. If your enemy gets a combo on you, you can just combo you for a while and then drop combo with Vegeta Blue and get another priority, reset damage combo compensation, get free hits in, and if he's type neutral, with his unique gauge, you slap in 2 strikes very fast and no one tanks it, bro. My 8 stars Broly against the 8 stars Vegeta Blue gets like 1 comboed, because this guy does insane amounts of damage. So it's the Budo doesn't do that. The Budo, you can switch in a green character and you're good. You can switch other units in and stop their combos, because they're not too immune to everything and they can't cancel everything, because they need their tag switch at least to cancel it. Vegeta Blue needs like 4 cards, 3 cards, and gets his full gauge, cancels all attribute downgrades, and then combos you like nothing happened. And he has 60 timer counts of Dragonball destruction immunity, so that's something really helpful. Again, his ultimate is unguardable, he pops it, and this is the thing with Vegeta Blue's ultimate. It's not that hard to use it, unlike the Budo. The Budo has the risk of, if they get rushed, okay, revival, but you don't get the Spirit Bomb. Sometimes you can hold them back for even stacking damage. With Vegeta Blue, you have the full control over the ultimate. Yeah, so that's the difference. The Budo doesn't have the full control of their Spirit Bomb sometimes. Sometimes you have to switch them in a situation you don't want to, and you can't build up and you have to pop the Spirit Bomb. Vegeta Blue doesn't have this situation with its ultimate. He's like, okay, now I want to pop the ultimate, I pop the main, I pop the ultimate, I'm deleting something. So it's far easier to use Vegeta Blue. He has far too many tools that are very, very annoying, especially the stupid ass green card, which again, there is no counter to his green card. There's nothing you can do. There are so many times, that's the next problem. All of his best teams providing him more green cards. The amount of times I have no way to initiate against Vegeta Blue because Charlotte or Brody gave him a green card is just insane, and I hate this character, man. I just hate it. And the next thing I hate about this character, that's nothing to do with, yeah, it's why he's number 1, but it's why would you run Gogeta Blue or Gohan and Trunks over this unit right now? Tell me. This is the exact reason why I didn't want this character to get in Plat equipment, because the risk is there that this character comes in, because these are the two outcomes with Vegeta Blue. Either he is worse than the other two red characters, or he's better and replacing them. If you're running Future, you're running Vegeta Blue. If you're running God Key, you're running Vegeta Blue. The only time you're using Gogeta Blue really over Vegito is never. You just run them to get on fusions or Saiyans. But other than that, Vegeta Blue as it stands right now is replacing both the red characters of their own anniversary, which is funny to think about. And I'm tired of this annoying 15 billion abilities that do teen-wide damage that you can't defend against. So yeah, this was a half Vegeta Blue rant, by the way, but yeah, Vegeta Blue is the best character in the game in my opinion. I don't think it's up to debate at this point. The more I fought this character, the more I realized I would rather fight the Buu Duo, because the Buu Duo I can at least attack, at least I can defend against them. Before they pop their Spirit Bomb, Vegeta Blue, I just get hit and I pray. If you're not having Brody on your team, good luck stopping Vegeta Blue. Good luck. Because you won't stop him. The moment he gets priority on you, good luck. Just simply good luck. Anyway, we're moving on to the mentioned units here because I'm tired of talking about this unit. This guy on the Mono Blue team can sometimes do some work, but it's nothing crazy, and if you're fighting Green Broly, it's a bit annoying. So yeah, the Gohans, the Revival Gohans there, far too, like, I'm starting with Blue Gohan. Extremely squishy. Hybrid team isn't good because again, there's too squishy. They're getting annihilated. So this Gohan doesn't make the list. This Purple Gohan. Now, if you want to tell me, okay, run him on movies, he is significantly, and I mean significantly worse on movies. The only reason why this character was so good is because he had his not mono purple, but hybrids with multiple Zenkai buffs there. Without the extra Zenkai buffs, he is not that crazy. His pre-revival state isn't doing much other than support. And his post-revival, bro, he's frail as hell. You get priority on him and he's gone. And you have Vegito, who I honestly gonna talk about him as in not being good enough and being way too squishy as well. He will be soon off the featured boost, and then he is whatever. So I gonna put him off the list. And yeah, that's it. There's no other unit to talk about. I think this is the best character in the game. I think right now he's creating a meta where it's heavy Vegeta Blue reliant. Like you're running these two, some kind of Vegeta Blue or Budo variant, and it's gonzos. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the top 10 and see you guys in the next video.